Hey gang, Mocha Boy here, welcome back, and thanks for tuning back in. So, yeah, we just wrapped up this war with FYSB Unbuckled, and I'm actually visiting with the clan. I came in with about 30 minutes left. We just finished up all of our war attacks and wanted to pop in to say hi to these guys. And, I figured we'd do a few recaps while I was here. I do want to say to the folks over at FYSB, we were absolutely thrilled to match with you guys. We had just finished a streak of horrendously bad matchups. We're talking like 13 Town Hall 10s, and I'm not talking about Town Hall 10 like Rush Town Hall 10s. We're talking like 9.5 Town Hall 10s, and in addition to modding clans. So it's been a really rough run for us, and we were absolutely thrilled to finally get back into the game with members and affiliates of the Fair Play community, because this is the way the game was meant to be played. It's supposed to be exciting like this, not just a foregone conclusion that we were going to get wrecked. But yeah, we were prepared for a tough fight, and it was a tough fight. It came down to the end with literally just one star separating the win from the loss. But while we are here, we are going to take a look at a few of their attacks on our bases. Let's see. So we're going to take a look. Now these attacks do come, post-patch, and with the updates to the game and to a lot of the strategies, we're now seeing a resurgence of Dragon, Drag Loon, Drag Lava Loon attacks, because with the right planning and against the right bases, you can completely take out every single one of the air defenses and then just clean up with air troops on a lot of these attacks. And that's what happened in this particular case. This was an attack that came from OscarAsst. So he came in with an AQ walk Lava Drag attack. Now, one of the things that I have been noticing with a few of these attacks is people are still counting on those dragons to do all the work for them. And just remember, those dragons are slow, but they are tanky, and especially if you have level 4 dragons as a Town Hall 9, you're still talking about 3,000 some odd hit points. Use them. Use those hit points to your advantage. Don't use their damage. You want to make sure that you put down those air assets as quickly as possible. So you don't need 8 dragons when 6 will do, and that'll free you up to take an additional 8 loons, which can absolutely devastate a base with defenses on the edge like this, where you have archer towers on the edge. Because so long as those are trained in on the dragons, all it takes is 1 loon to take out those air assets. So something to think about there. Now, as far as the AQ walk portion of this, this is always a gamble. She can literally wreck about 50% of the base before ever dropping a single offensive troop. And even with the addition of the 30 seconds, it still may not necessarily be enough, because again, the dragons are slow. She goes into cleanup mode. The air defenses on this particular base were accessible from the exterior, and he was able to successfully go through the northeast wall, down around the corner, not through, and then finally take out that other air defense. But once she rounds that corner, and this base is pretty much cooked, because here come the one earthquake to soften up those 2 air defenses. I have to talk to him about that, and yeah, those 2 air defenses go down with 4 zaps, and then this fourth one is going to go down in just about a second. And once that happens, he can start with the main phase of his attack. And mind you, we're already 2 minutes into this attack. There's only 90 seconds left in this attack to take out the rest of the base. He could have easily started right away. Now, one of the other things to note here is you want to make sure that you are attacking away from the air sweepers. Air sweepers, especially upgraded air sweepers, will absolutely blow a dragon off its trajectory. And if it comes down to a single dragon having to take out an archer tower, it could end up coming down to that. So it'll be interesting to see how base designs evolve to counter some of these attacks, because I definitely see these being a problem in future wars, especially with these Tesla farms. He's walked in with about 8 dragons, and even with those 8 dragons under haste, this Tesla farm, you're still talking about 400 DPS. It wouldn't take long to burn down those dragons, because their attack rate is slow and their movement rate is slow. And those Tesla farms were able to take out at least a couple of those dragons. So, something to consider there. I mean, again, it was a great attack. He was able to put down 50% of the base before ever, dropping, a single offensive troop. So he moves on into cleanup mode to pull in 3 stars for the home team. So great attack there. Now this next attack comes in from Markless. He's their number 16 16, and he hit our number 20. This is Ian, and then this base is it's a 5-point air defense base with an offset AQ and a centralized air defense. It is open to certain styles of attacks, but in this particular case, he chose a lot of different surgical options to take out a lot of the undefended assets in this base. And unfortunately, we did give away an easy lure here. I'll have to talk to him about fixing that on his base. Yeah, he brought 2 poisons for this, and smartly ended up using both of them on this base, to take out the dragon. So once that dragon goes down, and again with the addition of 30 seconds in the game, you have the time to wait and absolutely take down that dragon if you can. I would imagine that even with the beefiest or even with the lightest kill squads, a dragon wouldn't be able to stay up that long, but still a great idea to take them out of the mix. Now, as far as the attack down on this side, I mean, fantastic job here and fantastic job scouting. These defenses were just out of range of some of the air assets internally, and then these assets over here, with just an investment of a few troops, small suicide kill squad, they were able to go in and take out 3 defenses for maybe five troops. That's a pretty damn good trade, so it's a nice job there. And then over on the northwest, he's starting up this attack. Now, mind you, there's quite a bit of DPS on this golem. You're looking at about 270 DPS, but that healer is good for about 70 DPS. So that extends the duration of that golem's usefulness for quite some time. Just having that one healer on them, because they do get the full benefit of the heal, unlike whatever the penalty you get for healing a hero. So you can get away with just using one healer, and then that was just a fantastic way to add an extra few thousand hit points to that golem, and they are able to stay up and survive that incursion into the core of the base. And the thing with attacking these style bases, these anti 3-star bases, dragon release on the south side, they're gonna key in on that AQ and take her out without too much trouble. So yeah, again with a lot of these new anti 3-star bases, it's all about trying to figure out where that Tesla farm is, and being able to put that down. In addition to doing things like disabling the double giant bombs, disabling bombs wherever they are. It's not necessary, like just because it's an anti-3 base doesn't necessarily mean that they'll be running down double giant bombs. And in this case, Ian was running singles, and these are the types of bases that are built to defeat attacks through attrition. Simply by virtue of the fact that the hogs won't, you won't be able to bring enough heals to heal the hogs throughout the entire base. But with one dragon up and still a bunch of hogs left on the field, ooh, ouch. That's exactly what I was talking about. Just playing with the timer and making sure you have enough troops left over on cleanup, which he does, and plenty of time here on the clock for him to go into cleanup mode and take out the rest of the attack, take out the rest of the base. So great job on that attack, Markless. Alright, so the last attack we're going to look at, this was an attack on Hutch, and if you recognize the name, but you're not, or if you're a little confused with the position, it's because, yes, he's one of our Town Hall 10s, but he's decided to take, he's decided to spin the dial back a little bit and come back into the game as a Town Hall 9. And, we still feel that Town Hall 9, that despite the inclusion of the extra dark spell and all of the attack options that opens up, Town Hall 9 is still fun, so we'll continue to play at that level until it's not fun. So in this case, this attack came in from Pedro, and this was a go Vaho AQ walk. Looks like more of a kitchen sink attack, and again, these guys were just phenomenal at being able to scout out these these defenses that were easy pickoffs from the exterior. So anytime you can take those 1-for-1 trades, absolutely take them. And then a couple of minions to work on that trash there. Anytime you can get those minions working, where they'll be unmolested, just absolutely use it, because especially with the time involved with taking down these bases, if you can just kind of leave them off in a corner to do their own thing, absolutely take that opportunity. So with the trash all cleared, he's got a clean release of his Valk into the core of the base. One jump, it connects all 4 of those different compartments. That heal's going to go down to recharge those Valks, and especially under that rage, they're going to go in and absolutely shred a lot of what's in that core. And then he can go to work on the rest of the base. In this particular case, the Tesla farm was, I believe, in the top right-hand corner, but it's not going to matter because he's got a pretty beefy hero there, and that hero is going to be responsible for taking out or distracting those Teslas long enough for the hogs to go in and survive the run into there. Because remember that Tesla farm, you're talking about 400 DPS localized and fast. Hogs themselves only have 470 some odd hit points, so if those 4 Teslas can train in on just a single hog, they can absolutely one-shot damaged hogs pretty quickly. So yeah, and even despite all of that, the Tesla farm was able to wreck what was left of those hogs. But this is one of those cases where having a beefy hero definitely helps, and an AQ who's full at this point to go into cleanup mode. So just fantastic job on the scout there. Good job on the Valk release. Disabling those double giant bombs, dealing with those Tesla farms. I mean, we joke in Reddit Force that 50 things have to go right for these attacks to be successful, and you showed that that in fact was the case. So great job there with that attack. So yeah, that about wraps up this war. Let's see here. Like I said, we had a number of heartbreaking attacks. A lot of 99% attacks or high percentage 1-star attacks. A lot of fails, especially by me. I completely blew an attack on a Town Hall 9.5. Which was unfortunate, but again, we were absolutely thrilled to match with you guys. This was one of the most fun wars that we've been in a long time, especially after running into just so many tough battles this past few wars in this last cycle. So good luck with your wars moving forward, and hopefully we'll see cross paths again in the future. Take care, and thanks for tuning back in.